Hello everyone and welcome to Payday 2, a game where you basically just rob banks and shoot cops. Honestly, I haven't really played too much of the first game, and it didn't exactly make itself memorable or anything, so I wasn't exactly sure what to expect with Payday 2. Does Payday 2 turn out to be a genuinely enjoyable experience? Well, let's dive right in and find out. Payday 2 is an interesting game right from the get-go. I, for one, have never really played any game that's solely focused around performing large heists. The way it works is this: you're paired up with 3 other people, or the AI, and you are given a job. Rob a bank, break into a museum, sneak into FBI headquarters, you know, the usual stuff. What you're supposed to do is break in and steal everything valuable, or whatever the objective is, as silently as possible. There's only one problem: it's never as easy as it sounds. Take, for example, what is called a medium-sized bank, where a drug lord has conveniently just deposited all of his money, and it's our job to somehow get into this bank vault, burn all of his money while recording it, very spitefully might I add, and then getting out without having the alarm go off and the police show up. So it's obviously easier said than done. As you would guess, the alarm goes off right as we start the mission, but there's not really turning back at all. We have to deal with all the civilians and armed guards inside the bank, as well as the inevitable long arm of the law that will show up in just mere moments. It's go time. It's moments like these that make Payday 2 worthwhile. It gets so tense and it just requires extreme precision and teamwork. It's absolutely essential to your success as a criminal mastermind. In fact, playing with a squad of other real people is the most satisfying part of Payday 2. You'll learn to work together and improvise at the drop of a hat, and make basically the best of a bad situation. And trust me, you'll find yourself in plenty of bad situations. And it's all worth it whenever you finally get into that bank silently, or escape without anyone ever knowing that you were there. However, there's just one major issue that I have with this game, and that's the AI of your teammates. Your teammates, Dallas, Hoxton, Chains, Wolf, are fundamentally broken. In a game where every member of your team is supposed to interact with the objectives and support one another, I would say it's a pretty large problem when the AI doesn't even help you carry the cash out to the getaway van, help you repair drills, or make use of any of the equipment. Their only purpose, as far as I'm concerned, is to make the game approximately 4 times harder when you're playing with just them. In fact, I would say it'd be easier to pull off a heist solo than to play with 3 of your stupid AI teammates. That being said, however, the game was obviously not made to be single-player. It was made for fantastic multiplayer experiences, and it wasn't even marketed as a single-player experience. It's as if the game actually suffers from the inclusion of a solo mode, which is rather unfortunate because I really hate to say that. There are a variety of heists to go through, and most have their own level. However, no 2 heists are the same because the placement of basic elements such as guard, doors, cameras, and even the vault itself is randomized, so you have to employ different strategies to survive. Some levels don't exactly involve heists, and instead have you cooking methamphetamine, which is a simple in-game mechanic, but it was a nice touch because it mixed up the design.
You're a fighter jet, you've got the caustic soda, mate.
Also available to your characters is a level system and a skill tree. The skill tree is actually kind of cool because it allows you to specialize in either mastermind, ghost, technician, or enforcer roles, or a combination of all 4. Each of these trees will give you different perks, such as being able to reliably respond to radios of deceased guards, or getting a buzzsaw to just cut through certain obstacles and save a hell of a lot of time. Speaking of which, you'll spend a lot of time sitting and waiting for drills. They typically take between 2 and 5 minutes, and many levels have multiple doors to drill through, so it's really helpful if you invest in some C4 or a buzzsaw or something to that effect. Now I'm sure you might be thinking, what do you do with all this money that you steal? Well, you could use it to supply yourself with lots of goodies for future heists. Since you're a serial robber, you are in this career for the long haul. There ain't no getting out of here. So feel free to buy yourself plenty of weapons, armors, attachments for your guns, all sorts of different things. You can put a variety of scopes, silencers, attachments, and grips onto your guns, and you can basically put one onto every single weapon. There are about 14 primary weapons, which may leave you wanting a little bit more, but there are also secondary weapons to go with it. Aesthetically, Payday 2 looks okay. It's not spectacular by a long shot, but it's not exactly rubbish either. The shadows and lighting effects in outdoor areas look decent enough, but the indoor areas, in my opinion, can be a little bit drab. However, where the graphics can be lacking in areas, the sound design really picks up, as gunshots and other sound effects sound brilliant. Most guns actually sound more than the typical pat-pat that you hear in other games, and that they actually echo throughout the level, which is really impressive. This detail alone immersed me in the world more than the visuals. In conclusion, Payday 2 is a wonderful surprise. I haven't had this much fun in the cooperative title since Left 4 Dead, and it all comes in at the budget price of $30 or £25. There's great fun to be had while playing it online with others. With impressive heists, level design, sound design, and gameplay, I wholeheartedly recommend this game to anybody who enjoys first-person shooters or cooperative games. Just keep in mind that you don't want to play this by yourself because the AI is absolutely terrible. This has been a JumpToGamer review. Please visit JumpToGamer.com for the full-length written review.